And hello, Shell.
Hello, Peg. Here we are today recording instead of going live, and it's my fault.
No, there's no fault involved. We all have lives, you know.
Yeah.
No fault here. This is a no fault zone. So, yeah, it's about drips and drops.
Drips and drops. Fluid watercolors. There's a lot of them out there. The ones that I have are these concentrated Dr. P.H. Martins, which are supposed to be super concentrated fluid watercolors. Then I also have some of these Bria Reese inks, which to me are fluid watercolor because they're not permanent. So it's not an alcohol ink. So therefore it must be a watercolor, right?
Right.
And I only have 4 colors of it, and they're sparkly. This is the swatch. And then I also have some from Christy Taylor Creations, and they are concentrated watercolor as well. So that's what I have to play with. What do you have, Peg?
Well, I have the Doc Martens, and now that you mention it, I think I've got those inks that Tracy Batista sent me, so I need to grab those too.
Oh yeah,
I
those
forgot
are
about
those are watercolor inks too, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she did those palettes, those trays, but she also sent me 3 little vials of ink, so I need to grab those.
So I've had mine for a lot of years, and I think, and I haven't used them very much, so I think as I go along, I'm just gonna, since I live in Arizona, I think they're getting a little bit dry down in there, so I'm just gonna take a dropper as I'm going and just add a dropper of water, and I don't think that's gonna make any difference. And then shake it just so that they have a little bit more water in them, because I can see that they're like, I've used them like 3 times or something, and they're getting down to the bottom. They come with little drippers inside of them, and for some reason it's not, my dripper in this green one is not sucking up, so that's kind of strange. But I figured I would, while I'm playing, I would just add some stuff. So we decided to get out some gel plates today because we haven't gel plated all month. And
how can that be? How can that be?
I don't know. What is wrong with us? And we will play with the watercolors with the gel plates. Does that sound fun?
Sounds fun to me. You know, I always have fun when you have the plate out. Okay, so this one seems to be clogged up already. I think I bought these at a garage sale, so they probably weren't in the best of condition when I got them. But
yeah, I don't think that they can go bad.
No,
they just can dry out in there.
But I think that this green has dried out in the dropper, so I'm going to try rinsing the dropper out.
Oh yeah, I just had one like that too. Okay, why is it doing that? All right, that's interesting. I don't know if you guys can see. So there's a little bit of yellow peeking through because I put yellow on the plate before I put the stencil down, and then I dripped green and teal. Now I'm going to remove the stencil and see what I get. Oh, that's going to be nice. But I'm going to put the stencil down on this other plate because I think that I will end up with, there's a bunch of paint on the stencil. So I'm going to pick this up. And I don't really want to like rub it because I'm afraid I'm going to get it all over my hands. So I guess I'm not. And right now this is just scraps of rice paper. Oh, that one's pretty. Look at that.
Wow.
So you're getting a different effect than you do with acrylic because you're getting all these bubbly, fluidy looking bits with the watercolor. I like that one a lot. That's probably the best one I've gotten so far. And I was messing around a little bit earlier with them. So I still have some stuff on the plate that I'm going to pick up. But I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do about this one on this side. So I put it watercolor side down. And let's just find out like what happens when we get a little water on there. Ooh.
This one, I just left the stencil on the plate, and I'm picking up my first pull. This is deli paper pull, just to see what I can get. Oh, I like it. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Like that a lot. Okay. No, I probably should have set up my dryer rack, but I'll just throw it on the floor.
See, that's what I was afraid of could happen.
So I'm liking what I see here too, but I'm going to lift the stencil now. And I'm just going to, I've got my cleanup paper here. I'm just going to tip that over on my cleanup paper.
So this is a piece of craft colored tissue paper that I picked up the excess here. I think there's just still going to be a lot on there. I mean, look at all of it. When I do that, when I spray some water on it, there's just a bunch on there. So I think I could just go and go and go for ages before I got it all off there. But I don't think I'm going to do that because I got enough.
I think I want this to dry down a little bit. So I'm going to get my hair dryer and set it on cool.
Well, that's a good idea. I don't have to. This stuff stains your hands, guys. So if you're into being real super fussy about that, you definitely want to wear some gloves. Because I mean, I've only been playing for like 3 seconds, and I've already completely obliterated my hands.
Yeah, you might need something for that.
All right, let's try a different one. So this time, one thing that we did talk about, and I don't know if Peg did it or not, but it seems like we remember from doing watercolor on gel plate before that you should maybe put some dish soap on there. So this is just cheap dish soap. And I'm going to put that on my plate first because I think that it helps with the beading, if I recall correctly. Is that what you recall?
Yep. Yeah, and I actually had dish soap on here for that first pull.
Okay.
I want to add some paint to this, so I'm going to reach for a dark blue. I'm going to reach for an ultramarine because I've got, well, I don't know. Do I want a dark blue? I really like how bright that is. Maybe I should just go light. I'll go with zinc white. That's transparent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to pick that print up because I think that's so pretty.
So is it dried on the plate?
Yeah, it's dried on the plate. It's
okay.
Pretty much dry. I'm not going to go back and forth over it too much because I don't know. It's fluid. You know, it's fluid water.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put that much paint down and see what I can pull with this print. I'm liking what I see here, and I'm going to use this. This is what is this? Unru paper. Unru paper is like a mulberry, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Like
It's got the
handmade paper.
strands in it. You see the strands in there? Very organic. And I thought that would work with this kind of organic loose print. So I'm going to pick that up with the Unru. See what we get. I'm thinking that look at those strands coming through that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's see. And you could use either side of this paper. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, actually, I like the side with the strands on it better than the print itself. The print is pretty. You can see that there is the impression of the stencil there. But I really like the back side where the color is coming through those strands. That's pretty. Either way, it's pretty.
Yes.
Okay, so I've still got paint on my brayer. So I'm going to take my cleanup paper and pull some of that. I must be in a turquoise mood today. That turquoise is really making me happy.
I think you're always in a turquoise mood.
Well, could
You
be.
like it.
Look at there's a pretty turquoisey color from Tracy. So let's try that. See what that looks like. Woo! I think I should have used a drippity dropper. That's a gorgeous blue. But you see how it's separating?
Yeah.
I'm splashing myself too. Okay, so I got that down. Now I need a stencil, and I'm going to use this Vine stencil because I'm feeling organic stuff today, I guess. So I'm going to put that down. Then I'm going to take that piece of paper that I just did the pickup on, and I'm going to take some of that out of there. See what we get.
It's drippy droppy.
Oh, that's pretty, Shell.
Yeah, it's just like it's interesting. So one thing I'm going to say about this, and I'm going to actually do it right now. I'm just going to do it. I think that if you really want to use these things later for collage, which of course I do, I think you should seal it. And a good way to do that is to just take your fluid matte medium and just put some of that on your plate. Smush it around. Oh, I've got ink on my on my brayer, so I'm going to end up with like kind of a lavender over the top of the color because I can see that I got it on my brayer. But then you can just put it color side down right onto your plate, right into that matte medium. Press it down, and you have now sealed that watercolor in. So I think it's a good plan to just seal it in. See, I got where it was really white, I got lavender, but I think that's even prettier than it was.
Yeah.
So that's sealed now, and I can use it any way that I want. But it looks like a watercolor because of all how drippy it is, you know?
Yeah.
It does not look like acrylic paint. So then people are like, huh, how'd you do that? And you're like, I'm not telling, it's a secret.
Go back over that first print that I made, this one. And I'm going to use Shell's trick with the fluid matte medium over this ink that's Tracy Batista that's still on my plate with this stencil. And I'm going to pull this. See what kind of layer we can get. pretty, I hope.
I think it
Oh,
will
yeah.
be.
That's going to be gorgeous.
So I laid the stencil back down, and I know there's a bunch of ink on there because, you know, it was underneath. And so I sprayed it with water, and then I went over it with my dirty brayer, and now I'm going to pick it up over the stencil, and I think I'm going to get an even different effect than I got before. Yep.
I'm just using what's on the plate to seal the back of this. And I'm going to flip this over and use my pickup to clean that.
So it's even more watery, see? That one's really watery because it has a lot of the water that dripped through because the watercolor was on top of the stencil. I sprayed and let all the watercolor paint drip through the stencil, and this is what I got out of that. And that's really cool. And that's just the leftover stuff. It was on there. And then I think when I pick this up, yep, there's still going to be yet another print on there. It's going to be subtle, but it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
So I've got two different kinds of lemon or yellow here. I've got this one is called ice yellow and this one is called lemon yellow. But I can see that something settled out in the bottom of the lemon yellow one. So I got to shake that up.
Are you still using the Tracy?
No, this is I'm doing both actually. I'm kind of going back and forth. I've got several different plates going here. So
yeah, I've got two different plates out. But so let's just look at all these that I got from just one application of a little bit of this stuff. So they all kind of go together. They're all a little different. And really bright. That's one thing that I've noticed about the watercolor.
Yeah, that's cool.
The concentrated watercolor is really freaking bright.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I've got my cleanup still here. And I'm going to clean off a couple of these
Oh,
plates.
and there was this one too. I forgot about that one. So that's what, 5 different prints on one application. I'm going to go ahead and spray it and clean it off because I think there's stuff on there.
These are going to be really cool to use. They're nice and vibrant. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to Tracy Batista. But I need a dropper because this stuff doesn't have a dropper in it. And I do not want to waste it.
And if I want to use this stencil again, which I do absolutely love this stencil, I might just need to spray it and wipe it because I'm pretty sure that if I was to change colors, yeah, there's still plenty of it on there. That concentrated watercolor, look at that.
Yeah.
There's a ton of it. So
this is kind of Shell's favorite color.
ooh, purple?
Yeah.
Purple, anyone? Oh my. Guess I'll just pull that out. Unintending.
So let me get this.
Man, I'm getting this stuff everywhere.
Initial pull with that color, and I'm going to go back to that Unru.
Hopefully I got most of it off here.
Because I like that paper.
I think I did. Because I want to switch to red because I think this one looks really cool with red. smoosh it down. This one still has
I
paint
didn't
on it.
expect that at all.
That's purple paint over there. Let's pick up a little bit of it and see what it's got. Oh yeah.
Now I'm going to add, this is another Tracy Bautista. It looks like a hot pink here. Looks like red on the plate. And I've still got a little bit of that purple tone down.
All right, let's put some more soap on.
And one more piece of unroot.
Put it on this one too. I'm just using one brayer for soap only, just to keep it separate from other stuff. And let's find out what reds I've got. I've got some nice persimmon. Persimmon. And I've got scarlet and cherry red. I'm going to go with scarlet. And then maybe a little bit of the orangey color.
Because I want to add some stuff to these prints. And you can see how it's starting to bead up here, which means I need to add some more soap.
I think that one needs some water in it. It's got glaggas in it. All right, maybe we smoosh this a little bit. Maybe just a little bit of smooshing. Should be done, I don't know.
Well, I'm not pleased with that, which means I need to lighten it up. I'm going to add some water. And I'm going to take some what do I want? I'm going to take some of this Chinese blend ink. I'm just going to drop some of that in here. I think this has the gold in it, so it should have some of those gold tones when it dries down. We'll see what it does.
Come here, paper.
Very, very wet.
I need to come in contact there, paper.
Oh, there's soap. Still have plenty of watercolor on there. So I need a stencil, and I think I'm going to use this kind of starburst-y one. I'm going to go over the top of this other print and see if I can pull that through. Whoops. It moved. Oh no.
Right. We know that there's a lot of ink left on there, so I just spray it. I'm running out of paper.
You ran out of paper? How can that
Well, I
be?
cut up paper, but I'm going through it like crazy.
You're just a printing crazy person.
Yes, I am. That one turned out really nice.
Oh, see now, that subtle effect on there turned out really cool. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can pick that up or not, but that is really cool. I like that.
I think that's just going to be a mess. Let's just break this back.
All right. What's next?
I think I'm going to try some other stuff here besides stencils. I think might have some fun. It's just getting some weird ideas. You know, I do get them weird ideas sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking I need to just do some background ones to stencil over the top of.
Mm-hmm. I'm making a huge mess. There's watercolor everywhere. Because I spritz it and then it splatters and it's like, what a mess. Oh my gosh. It's everywhere, everywhere. But I was thinking, and how did it even get on there? I didn't put it on there. I was thinking if I put some more of the soap on there.
I'm going to start with some of this sketch paper.
It's still kind of red, but it looks as if I can just like make patterns in the soap.
Oops.
Which looks fun.
Let's try that again. Let's get a couple of base coats going here. This time I think I want a little more turquoise.
These things are a mess.
I'm glad we're working on glass so we can clean it up.
Oh my gosh, these Bria Reese ones,
Yeah.
they just leak.
Oh.
They're getting all over me. I mean, it's like, look at this. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
But I wanted to try the little glittery effect, you know.
Yeah.
And I made some swirly patterns with my finger. And I thought that might be kind of fun in the soap, you know?
Yeah.
So that is fun. I'm getting it all over my hands. I'm going to be stained for life. But look at that. That's fun. Let's pick it up. See what it looks like.
Or is.
Well, the patterns stay swirly when I pick it up. It doesn't look like they will. I just kind of made one big color, sort of. Pretty though.
Well, that's kind of what I'm going for right now is one big color. And I'm going to layer stuff on them. just get a field of color to start with. Like that. Drop the dish soap. Now I'm going to go more towards the yellow.
I left like a line of glitter on the plate. Can I pick it up? Jeez, it's stuck. I think I've glittered my plate.
Well, I think some of those are glittery, aren't they? Some of those.
These 4 that I have are the glitter inks, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if this wet one went down onto this plate. It's very wet, so
Oh,
you end up with a little bit of pattern. That's fun.
I need one of these turquoise.
Ending up with some patterning in red off this other plate. I haven't picked up yet. Yeah, there's definitely mica on my plate now. Yeah, that might have not have been the best idea.
You might need to go wash your plate.
I think it's coming off. I'm just lifting it off with the baby wipe because you know that soap is there.
Yeah.
There's a barrier.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right.
So it's not sticking down into it. But look at how much of it came off.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of a mess. Maybe not glitter inks.
Okay. I don't think I like that stencil for this so much. Switching out. Time for something different.
What if you spray the back of the paper? Will that pick up more? Yep, it kind of gives it a smooshy look.
So let's go back to this trace it color. It's got some mica or something in it.
So what do I have over here that I can try? I wonder what would happen. I played with these weird things. That's kind of fun. I've still got stuff on this one, so I guess I'll spritz it down and try to make it bleed.
Just gonna make a pattern. Pull that. Oh yeah, you can see the iridescence in this.
Yeah. Now you're getting mica on your plate?
Yeah, you see the iridescence?
Yep.
That's cool.
It's pretty stuff.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? I forgot to put any soap on there, but hopefully there's still some on there. Let's play with this one. How about if we get out some of her colors, Christy Taylor's colors, and play, let's see. I don't really know what the colors are because I haven't ever swatched them. Like some type of a loser. This one apparently is green. Just get some on there. It's called Ariana, which is why I don't know what color it is, because what color is an Ariana? I don't know. So That's green. So this one's called Liliana. It looks like turquoise. This one's called Celestia. I think it's like a dark blue. She had fun colors, fun color names. Now, let's see, shall we smush them a little bit? I didn't put any soap on there. Now they're beating up pretty badly. So that's why you want to put the soap on, for the beating.
Out of the way. Okay, so we've got that red there. I'm going to get some of this Radiant Doc Martin red here.
I think I've got some pretty big
See if it's different.
petals.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's roll. Didn't turn that off.
Well,
Sorry.
we've got a lot going on.
Well, this isn't our usual thing, you know? Like, this is just not the right day, not the right time.
Yeah.
We don't really know what we're doing. So that one's not very interesting, actually. It's just splotchy, splotchy, splotchy. So it didn't really, the stencil didn't do anything. And I don't think, oh, all right, there's still some stuff on it, so I guess I'll spritz a little bit. See if I get an impression underneath. Looks like I will.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So what I don't want to do is make a big slimy mess. Extremely subtle. Not that interesting. Getting anything on there? No. All right, so that one was a dud.
Oh no.
Let's try it again with some actual soap on there and see if it comes out better. It's splotchy, splotchy. I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, that pulled nicely.
Oh yeah. I'll have to go back and watch to see what you did, because actually I can do it while I'm at the hospital.
Let's see what this. Yeah, not so much.
My mom's having surgery, guys. That's why we missed the live stream today, but we just decided to have a recording instead. She's fine, don't worry.
You.
Okay, let's try this stencil again with the soap and see what we get. Because this is a kind of fun stencil.
I'm going to put this color into the background on this. Yeah, I needed that. So then take a little Liquitex. I need to seal a couple of these.
Ugh. My hands are wrecked. Just wrecked. I should have wore gloves, or at least put something on them. I think I put lotion on this morning. It's probably about as good as it's going to get. All right, let's try to pick some of this up.
All right, flip that over. And grab this other one.
I think I'm just going to let that sit and try to just let it dry.
Drop a little bit of that darker green in.
What if we try a line stencil? I'm curious about that. Over here, I've got splashes and splatters for days. It's really time for a new baby wipe. This is the last baby wipe. Just gonna let you dry. Just dry.
I'm so ready for a piece of paper and it doesn't want to come.
Let's get some water in there.
Interesting. Not the colors I would have chosen, but interesting.
You should choose purple.
Well, that's probably not the color I would have chosen either. How's that?
Well, I'm not surprised.
Honestly, I liked the olive green in there. I just didn't like the pink and purple with it. I mean, like this, I really like how grungy this is. This is just kind of like old paper grungy. Who knew I could get grunge with watercolor?
Well, now you know.
So, drop of dish soap. And I'm putting it on all 3 plates. Then I'm going to add some of this really, really bright
Oh, can't get this one open.
red.
Ugh.
And I'm going to make it earthy because I'm going to add some of this green to it.
Oh, man. Finally got it. I don't know if this is going to do anything.
And I'm going to add a little bit of water. All right, I'm liking that. Let's tone down that bright red. I'm going to grab
Whoops. Things are getting crazy. So I don't think the Christy Taylor ones work as well. They're just too wet.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get much of a pattern. I mean, there is a subtle pattern in there. Of course, maybe if I'd let it wait and just left it for a while, I might have gotten something, but I'm too impatient. Did anybody know that about me? Extremely impatient.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so now I've got the reverse. So I can take this one and pick that up. Not as nice, but it's okay. It just needs more layers, right?
Always.
More
More layers.
So that means I'll grab a couple of these others that need more layers. And keep working them. I'm happy with that one though. So let's see.
I think this time I got more pattern in there.
I'm going to go back to the red. And green. I like the combo. Got a couple small pieces of unrue in the small plates here, so I should probably mop up what I got on here. With those. So I've got a background. I think that needs a little drop more of the green. Get a nice earthy tone. You know what Shell calls it?
Bam.
Baby poo. All right. And which one do I want to go to? I'm going to go back to this one because that pink just was not cutting it for me. So I need a stencil.
So I ended up with a little bit of pattern. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll put it down. Oh, hey, that worked. Let's put one over here on the other side. See if I get anything. Yep.
Oh, see, now that made that a lot more interesting. I like that better. And this
that is kind of cool. find a piece of paper and pick that up.
Take my branches again. Do this again. See what I can get. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. I like it. It's butterflies. Turned out pretty cool. So I got this one and this one. And there's still some on there. And there's some on here. Might try to pick it up.
That's kind of cool. And then I've got my stencil that's still got stuff on it, so I'm going to use my cleanup paper. See if I can get some of that off of my stencil. And I did. See what we got going with these unruh pieces. Yeah, they've just got some tone down so far. So that's good for a base. All right, let's go. Some of this blue. Got some of the yellow.
Yep, it just smushed them around. I didn't get much.
And
Much of the pattern at all.
drop of the red. All. Just one more drop. All right.
I think we're just about out of time.
Are we?
Didn't we start at 03 or something?
Well, we can finish it anytime we want. Yeah. I think we can probably just show these last few prints and be in good stead here. Let me grab this.
You have a bunch of paint on there. I don't know. So much paint on there.
Oh, see, now I like that. It's getting nice and grungy. So there's that one. There's that one. What else have I got here? You look at my pile behind me. That's the one that has the iridescence in it. I don't know if you guys can see that sparkle. There's that. I've got a variety of paper. I think I used 3 different kinds of paper. I used this is on deli. This is on rice paper. This is deli. Another deli print. Yeah. Oh boy. I printed a lot more than I thought I did. Okay, so that was the Unru. This is more Unru. Unru. And I like this side of it because it's got the fibers. That is rice paper and deli paper and deli paper and rice paper. That's what I got done.
Let's see. I've got all these butterflies I was just working on. That's tissue paper. This is rice paper, which was, the smaller plate, so you didn't get as much. And I tried picking up with acrylic paint, and it didn't really come out. I've got these different green ones, which were on rice paper. Oh, no, that's tissue paper. Still not dry. This is tissue paper. And then these are just like saturated. But it will be interesting when it dries, I think. And that's rice paper. So is this, a little piece that's torn off of it. I've got a ton of stuff here. And that little piece, same deal. This one actually has some of the patterning. This is the stripes. This one is the round pieces. And this is, those two are the round. This was probably my favorite of all of them. And that was at the very beginning. Because it's got that yellow background on it.
Mm-hmm.
And here's some of the shimmery ink. And I've got another piece of that. And then here's some red in that pattern. This is tissue stock. This is, that's actually just regular paper. And then I have all these purple ones. This was the tissue stock again with more red. This is the under paper. And then all these purple and blue ones. There's a ton. Just, scraps of bits and pretties. That's regular paper. These are rice paper. So yeah, I got a ton of stuff here. Ton. Some of it's still wet. And then before we even started, we used these, which are, that's mixed media paper. That's rice paper. That's rice paper. That's deli paper. That's tissue stock. So yeah, there's a ton here.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was fun using fluid watercolors on the gel plate. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys try it out if you have some of these at home. And yeah, this concludes our month of watercolor.
Yes, it does. So be watching out for March. We've got some fun stuff planned, and we hope to see you there.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.